I just can't hide it. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Hello, Nadia. Hello, Linda. Hello, TikTok. Welcome, 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 everyone. It's going to be a great day. And you know why it's going to be a great day? It's because I woke up and I told myself it was going to be a great day. Let's see. Oh, darn. 11 your time. I forgot you're in California. No, it's actually 9 o'clock here. Pacific Standard Time. It's 9 here. It's probably 11 where you are. But right now, it is 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So I woke up this morning. And I mean, I've always been very transparent about my sobriety, my addictive behavior. And another thing that I am always very, it's 5 p.m. in Scotland. Well, hello. And you know what, Linda? I always forget that you're in Scotland. But I on a daily basis, always have to address my inner voices. They are a part of us. They're a part of me. And I noticed that yesterday, I kind of had a little bit of a lower energy day once my day progressed. So what I did is I basically just, I gave myself a little extra TLC yesterday. And I woke up this morning and I kind of had a little bit of residual kind of, oh, Robin is from Scotland too. Yay. I have all sorts of Scottish, that's not a word, Scottish people on today's live. And I love it. So I woke up this morning and there was just a little bit of a leftover residue of my kind of energy. So I 100% I addressed it in my head and I'm like, no, Lonni, you know what? That was yesterday's mood. Today you are going to have a good day. And I got to tell you, ever since I told myself that, I've been all like, yeah, I'm going to have a good day. Yes, I am Scottish. Nadia, I think I might have a very small amount of Scottish in my DNA. Mostly it's English and French German. I don't know. It's that's like 90%, 99% of my DNA test. Just Kerr is my maiden name. Ooh, very cool. Let's see. We have all sorts of people trying to get on alive. Okay, so woke up this morning and I'm like, yes. Awesome. This is what I'm going to do. Yesterday's energy, yesterday's mood is left in yesterday. That's why they call today. And I am going to be heading out to San Diego for a road trip. Good morning, Dee. And Amy is from Scotland also. Oh my gosh, we have all of these amazing Scottish people on our live today. Welcome, welcome, again, welcome. But I'm going to be heading out. I'm going on a road trip today, and I'm going to be doing some filming on the road. I am going to a large Free People store today, so I'm super excited to see the difference between that one and the smaller stores I've been going to. And okay. So, and then, from there, I found a store that I did not know was there that I'm going to film my shopping there. And I don't want to tell you what it is because I want it to be a surprise, but it's going to be a great surprise. So I'm all energized and I'm happy about that. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So yesterday I did I tried to do a blue lip, remember? And the lip color was just way too light. I did not like it. So I've gotten all sorts of, no worries, Nadia, you say whatever you want to say. So long as you're nice, you can say whatever you want. And so yesterday, I did the blue lip. And I did not care for that lighter color. So I've gotten all sorts of great recommendations for different brands. And I am going to pick up a blue lip shade that I really like. So tomorrow, when you come in to the live tomorrow, fingers crossed, I will have on a beautiful blue lip because I have given myself the freedom to do whatever I want with my makeup. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. All right. So, yes, Linda, yesterday I took, I say we because Robert has to come with me, but we took Indy to the vet yesterday, and she did end up having a small ear infection, and then she needed her allergy shot because Indy, as beautiful and as big and as, yeah, I've heard that Jeffree Star has a really pretty blue lip. So if I don't find one, I'm definitely going to go there. But, as big and as beautiful as she is, Indy came to us with some health problems. When we picked her up, I noticed that she was a little itchy. And so I took her to her vet, for her shot in her little checkup. And the vet that I used to go to, and I say used to because I had to switch vets, but I took her to the vet and I'm like, yeah, you know what? There's something wrong with her. She itches too much. And they're like, no, she's probably just, it's probably just the grass. And I'm like, no, I think this is more than just grass. So the vet kept on just kind of pushing, dismissing me when I was telling the vet that there was something wrong with my puppy. So it got so bad that Indy actually had scars on her head. She had scars on her thighs. Robert and I took her to the emergency vet, but this was last year, and the emergency vet just seemed to be so slammed. They're like, this is not enough of an emergency for you to get her in. So I'm just like, what are we going to do? So I still remember it was August 2nd. It was Robert's birthday. And I'm like, Robert, we have to do something. We have to find a new vet. We have to get her help. We cannot let her continue to suffer like this. So I found a great new vet here in Temecula, and she took one look at her and she's like, oh my gosh, yeah, there's something wrong. We need to start from square one. And she had itched so much that she actually had a bacterial skin infection. So not only was she itchy, but she had her skin was infected. That's how bad that other vet let her get. So I'm just like, ugh. So this new vet was great. We took her off of her diet. We started her from scratch, and she gave her an allergy shot. And so now we have determined that Indy has a food allergy to chicken. And believe it or not, through my research, chicken is one of the most common dog allergies. So if you are out there and your dog seems to be itchier than you think, and you're feeding your dog chicken, think about maybe switching it over to a different flavor. So what we do now is we have to feed her lamb. She has lamb and brown rice, and then she goes in every 2 to 3 months, and she gets an allergy shot, and she's fine. All her scars have healed, and she's doing great. And besides her little ear infection, she was great. So she got treated for that. Now, Indy weighed in at 72 pounds. So my baby is 72 pounds. And the funny thing about Indy is that she minds really well. She's a well-behaved dog until she gets into public. And then she's like, oh, I'm going to be everybody's friend. Hello, 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 hello. She's one of those pit bulls. So thankfully, Robert comes to all the visits with me, and when the doctor needs to examine her, he has to pick her up and put her into air gel. So as soon as Indy's feet leaves the floor, she's like, and the vet could examine her and everything else. He puts her back down, and she's like, friends, 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 friends. So long story short, Indy is fine. She got her ear infection taken care of. She weighed in at 72 pounds, and she got her allergy shot. So if you're out there again and your dog has any sort of real bad itching and you're not getting any sort of answers, think about very carefully switching your dog's food over to something that does not contain chicken, because 90% of the food products out there have chicken in it. So I was really surprised about that. Earthpick says, hi, Lonni, you look amazing. Love your hair color and makeup. Thank you. I put a little blue conditioner in my hair today, and I wanted to go really bright on my eyes. So I have a a real like bold purple eyeshadow on. And then where is it at? So the little makeup that I got from the Pleasing Company, remember I'm putting that underneath my foundation to kind of give that glow from underneath. Well, I put it on my lips today, and it is, let me grab it. It's right behind me. Hi, Andy. Hello. So it's this little pigment, this right here. And I decided, since it's like so like, it's like once it touches your skin, it's like, yeah, I'm going to stay here. I put it on my lips today with a little gloss over the top of it. And I think I really like it. So this I really liked. And I have it in my Shop by Look down below. Valreese says, yeah, our dog was allergic to almost everything. We had to completely switch her diet. Yeah. And you know what? Here's the thing that really just upsets me about that story is the simple fact that I told that vet that there was something wrong with my puppy. And you know what? She instantly just looked at her. She looked at the breed and she's like, yeah, you know what? Pit bulls are they have allergies. They have allergies. They have skin allergies. You know, your puppy's too young, blah, 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 instead of actually taking a look. So we have to be a champion for our pets. And if there's something wrong with them, if you think there's something wrong with your dog, don't just be like, oh, okay. Just be like, no, you know what? There's something wrong. And if you're not going to figure it out, I'm going to find a vet who does. So period, and end of story on that. Lauren says, makes me sad that pit bulls are illegal in the UK. Yeah, you know what? It's just, it's super sad. But I mean, hopefully with time, like here in the US, they're going to start getting a new repetition. I can't say that word, but people are going to start figuring out that pit bulls are just the most loving dogs. I mean, they're super strong. They are incredibly strong, but you know what? If you don't turn your dog mean, it's not going to be a mean dog. And it makes me so angry. And I'm going to say this really quick, but it makes me so angry whenever I see like TikToks or something like that, where people are like, my dog just got attacked by a pit bull that was off the leash. You know, I'm going to say right here and right now, if you're a pit bull owner, it is your responsibility to keep your dog safe. And you need to keep your dog safe by making sure that it's in situations where it's not going to hurt another dog. You need to make sure that your gates are closed, that you have, you know, we have to protect our dog because it is such a reputation. Reputation is what I was trying to say. But we have to protect our dog because our dog can't protect itself. So when we go out on walks, she has on like a really good leash. You know what? I keep her away from other dogs. If I see another dog that's not on a leash, I turn around and walk the other way because I don't want that interaction. I don't want something to happen. And for one thing, Indy's the biggest baby I have ever had. I mean, she's scared of squirrels. And Pam, Brandon's little 7-pound cat, beats her up. I mean, I have to protect my dog. So again, just if you have a pit bull, just be a responsible pit bull owner and keep your pet safe. Period. Moving on. All right. So took Indy to the vet. I got some great suggestions for blue lipstick. Super excited about that. And then I binged watched that new show on Netflix called Mer People. And I don't know. Hello, Alexis. When there is a loose dog, I pick up my pit bull. So many pits are shot by police. So I hold her. Absolutely. And the thing is that, you know, they make sure they don't shoot at her. Yeah. And that's just the thing. It's like, if really quick going back on the pit bull thing, if there's two dogs and one of them's a pit bull, they're automatically going to think that the pit bull is the aggressor just because of, you know, their reputation and what has happened to their breed. So they're not going to be like, oh, that other dog is attacking the pit bull. So we, again, as owners, just need to make sure that we keep them safe. Linda says, my daughter rescued 3 adult pits and they are all great. Absolutely. I mean, I've had pit bulls for so long. My grandma had a pit bull. My sister had pit bulls. No. Shelter Dog Strong, you're not interrupting at all. Ask questions. That's what I absolutely love about my lives. I mean, I have subjects and things I want to talk about, but Earth Pixie, thank you so much for the flowers. But it's an interactive live. I don't want it to be where you just have to sit there and listen to me. I want to hear your suggestions, and I want to hear your comments and all of the cool things that you have to say also. All right. So Mer People, oh my gosh, it's on Netflix. There's only 4 episodes, but if you haven't already figured out what it's going to be about, it's about people who have a lifestyle just basically around being a mermaid. And I have to tell you right now, any show that celebrates people in their individuality and them just living their most authentic life, I am 100% there for it. And I was 100% there for this show. It was so cute, and it just made me really appreciate people and their individuality. All right. If that brings them joy, then I 100% support them. Now, I personally am not a good swimmer, and I don't think I can hold my breath for that long. So during the scenes when they were underwater, I'm like, I'm like, okay, I'm breathing. But there's a lot that goes into being a mermaid. And so if you haven't seen it and you kind of just want like a feel good, like just supporting people in their individuality, I said that completely wrong. Then I say give it a watch. It was cute, and I watched all 4 seasons. And like I said, it was just my little binge watch time. Now, I have a question for you. I was thinking about watching the Netflix movie Mother with Jennifer Lopez, but I don't know. Is it worth it? Have you seen it? What's your thoughts on it? Because I'm having a hard time looking at Jennifer Lopez as a trained assassin. I don't know why I'm having a hard time with that. But if you've seen the movie, as I spit all over the place, if you see the movie and you've liked it, let me know, because I'm curious about that. Sadie says, your eye makeup and hair color is so pretty. Thank you. Yeah, I put a little bit more blue in it, and I decided that looking back at some of my videos, I'm not a real fan of when I wear eyeshadow that's too light, because I had on some like light green and it kind of like washed out my eyes a little bit. And then I had one on where I did like a real light blue that looked almost like a silver, and I didn't care for that one either. So that's why I went a little bit darker with my purple today, just because I wanted to just be like, I just wanted to pop my eyes today. So I'm glad that you like it. I am glad that you like it. So let me know. Has anybody seen Mother on Netflix? Is it worth my 2 hours? Should I watch it? Because like I said, I thought about it, but I just didn't click it. And I was wondering if I should. Then I jumped over to HBO and I was watching some paranormal show. I got super bored, so I just went to bed early. So that was that. Oh, and then get this. And then I'm going to start on the whole mental health and closet. But I got a reply yesterday that I want to share with you, because this is just so ridiculous. But I had a lady who, this was her comment, and it was on the Sanoderm short that I've done. So you could see the tattoos on my legs, just to kind of give you an idea of which one she was commenting on. Oh, it's not worth it? Okay. I was thinking that. For some reason, I was just thinking that it was going to be 2 hours of me just being like, why did I just waste my 2 hours? But anyway, so on the Sanoderm short that I put on, Linda Wellberg 6428, this was her comment. It says, oh yeah, you're going to look so great by the time you hit the big 50. Okay? So this was complete sarcasm on her part. Again, she's like, oh yeah, you're going to look so great by the time you hit the big 50. So I'm like, all right, well, thanks. So I responded back to her and I'm like, I hit the big 50 8 years ago, so thank you. I mean, is that a compliment? Are you trying to insult me? Are you trying to tell me that my tattoos are going to look horrible when I'm 50? Because I'm 58, almost 59 right now. So if you're going to tell me that they're going to look horrible, if this is as bad as they look, then I am a happy camper because I love my tattoos. And I just think that the whole philosophy of your tattoos are going to look bad when you get older is just ridiculous. And that is what we are talking about next Tuesday. Our next Tuesday, Tattoo Tuesday, is the whole misconception of your tattoos are going to look bad when you're older. You know what? It's a myth. So we're going to deep dive into that. All right. So let's get going. Let's start talking about our conversation that we're having today. And that is going to be, hold on here. That's about purging out your closet and what I think. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm jumping all around. What's wrong with these people? Linda, if I knew it would, if I knew what was wrong with these people, I would be the richest person in the world. But I want to show you my outfit and then we're going to talk about it. So remember I went thrifting the other day and I got this top for $5 and I showed you the outfit idea that I was going to be wearing. Well, I want to show you because this is what I'm wearing today. So I have this little top and then I paired it with my Zara jeans. And I'm wearing my white Doc Martens. So, wink. And that's what I'm wearing today. Now, it's going to be cold. I think it's going to be cold, but it's only going to be like 68 degrees down in San Diego. So, I'm going to wear this cute little Free People sweater. I love this sweater. It's too warm to wear it right now in the house. But I'm going to wear this little sweater. So, it looks like this. Hold on. Just kind of like, you know, just having this flowy, soft sweater with this little top, which absolutely reminds me of the tops that I used to wear in the late 60s, early 70s when I was a kid. And then I kind of wanted to have a little contrast. So I'm going to wear this backpack because I thought that this kind of just casual look, I thought this was cute and I liked it. And I just want to be comfortable. I mean, my style, Linda, thank you so much. My style is very mine. My style is very me. My style is just so comfy. And it just represents who I am. I'm not too sure what the name of this sweater is. I actually got this. Where did I get this? I think I got this from the rack on clearance, but it is Free People and it has the little tag says FP1 and it's just the softest sweater. And I don't usually wear outfits that don't have a whole lot of like dark colors or black or something like that. So today I just decided to just, you're hunting Free People now. See, here's the thing is I think you're going to have to buy it off of Poshmark or something like that because I've had this for, gosh, probably 3-4 years. So check Poshmark also. Now, so I usually wear darker colors, but today I just decided, like I said, I woke up, I told myself it was going to be a good day, and I told myself I wanted to wear something that I don't usually wear. So I went in my closet. Well, I picked it out the other day, but I went in my closet, I put it on, and instantly I was like, no, And then I'm like, no, Lonni, stop it. Stop telling yourself no and start telling yourself yes. It is okay to wear something that is different. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, yeah, you know what? Maybe I do like it. And then I'm like, so I go scurrying down the hall. I'm like, Robert, what do you think of my outfit? And he's like, it's cool. What's wrong with it? I'm like, I don't know. It's just me. It's just, my head. So I kept it on, and I got to tell you right now, I absolutely love this outfit. I think it's cute. I think it's trendy. I got my little thrifted, Linda says on YouTube, Linda says eBay has a lot of free people new with tags. So that might be a good place to search also. So yeah, so I talked myself into wearing this, and I'm really glad I did. All right, so let's start with the comment that I got for a suggestion of a video that is going to lead us to our conversation on your closet versus your mental health, because I personally think that there is a direct correlation between the two. I look at my closet. If I can visually see my closet and it's cluttered, or if it gives me like a sense of anxiety, then I absolutely know that I have to address something that's going on in here, because it's a physical representation of how I feel mentally at the time. But Golf Widow 52, this is her comment. She says, hi there. I'm trying to clean out my closet. I'm trying to lighten up my life. See, even she kind of correlates the two. I kid you not, I probably have 40 pair of just denim jeans. Some light, some dark, some skinny, some boot cut, some wide leg, some short waist, some mother jeans, yada, yada, yada. Maybe a video of what a closet needs. Don't get me started on shirts, sweatshirts. Help. What do I get rid of? I try to shop in my closet, get rid of what I wouldn't buy again. Laugh out loud. Please help. All right. I totally get it, because, oh, shoot. This is what happens. Okay. So I accidentally put my elbow on the keyboard, and I look down, and there's like all of these like T's and X's and all of this. Okay. So let's start with, if you have that many things in your closet and you're feeling overwhelmed, then yes, it is definitely 100% time to jump in and start doing something about it. Because you have to think about it. Your closet, you look in your closet every single day. Every single morning, your closet is, again, a representation of you. And there is a correlation between how you feel in your closet and how you're going to be carrying yourself and going throughout the entire day. I got to tell you, sometimes I walk into my closet and I have a complete meltdown. I'm like, I don't like anything. I look horrible in anything. And it's not my closet's fault. I mean, my closet is exactly the same way it's been for years. But it's me, and it's how I think about it. So we want to get that same representation back from our closet as we are giving our closet. So my suggestion is that it sounds like that closet is really overwhelmingly packed full of stuff, but I personally would take everything out of your closet. Just purge your closet and put everything into piles in your room. All right. All your jeans in one pile, all your t-shirts in one pile, all your tank tops in one pile, sweaters, jackets, yada, yada, yada. You get it. I would even take out your shoes. Take everything out. Hello, Ann. Take everything out and then clean your closet. I mean, dust it off, vacuum it. Just make sure that it is a fresh slate that you're going to be putting your clothes back into. Then what I would do next is I would attack each pile individually. And I'm not going to say to get rid of everything that is not trendy or anything like that, because I personally hold on to my things in my closet for years. But what you need to start doing is like figure out, how does this make you feel? Okay. There are some things that I have in my closet that every time I touch, I'm like, ugh, you know what? I don't like the way it makes me feel. And I don't like the way the vibe that I have when I'm wearing it. So I get rid of it. No matter how cute somebody else might think it is if I don't mentally connect with it, it's not staying. Next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that when you're not holding on to something because you think it's trendy. All right. Sometimes, I mean, we get force fed these ideas of, like, oh my gosh, I have to keep these pants because it's trending and everybody's wearing them. But when I put them on, I feel like a potato. You know, if that's the case, let the other people have the trend. Don't be forced to feel like you have to dress a certain way because you don't. And so if it's just trendy and you're holding on to it for that, get rid of it. It's not serving you any purpose. And then another really important thing is if you're trying something on and it does not fit, get rid of it. If you are like, whether it's too big or whether it's too small, if it is like a constant reminder that you need, that you're not happy with yourself at the moment, then get rid of it. And it's not so much that the sizing matters, because I don't think sizing matters at all. I have jeans everywhere from 24s to 28s, such a wide variety of sizes that if I got hung up on, I only want to be this size, then half my closet would be gone. And half of my cool vibe and half of who I am would be gone. And I'm like, don't just look at your closet and be like, I'm only going to keep this size, because you are not doing yourself any justice. And it's like, let's see here. Anne says, guilty of this. I have an entire other closet in another size. My weight fluctuates. And you know what? And here's the thing. And here's the side note to that is I do have some pants that I know when I am thinner are going to fit me fine. And I put those aside. Those are not in my daily visual view. So they might be put away in a drawer. They might be put up on a shelf. But I don't want a constant reminder that I can't fit into some of my clothes. You know what? I've already made it very public, and I've already made it very, very aware that I have about an extra 9 pounds on me that I'm carrying around. I don't know where it came from. And it is like that unwanted house guest who refuses to leave. And so I know that, but I'm being extra compassionate to myself because I do know that. So when I go to put on my clothes, if every single day, if I grab those pair of jeans that I know aren't going to fit me, then mentally in the back of my head, whether I consciously say it or not, it's just going to be another reminder that I'm carrying around this little extra weight. And so I'm like, yeah, I'll see you maybe one day. You're not taking up any room in my closet. You're not reminding me daily, but you're not going to be in my constant visual view, because everything that I have hanging up in my closet are things that fit and that I think are cute. Everything else is either donated or somewhere where I can't see them daily. So you want to do that. And then here's the thing, and then I'm going to be completely honest with you. I mean, there's a creator on TikTok that I follow. She's about my age, and she shows her fashion all the time, and she always says her size. And her size is a lot smaller than I am. And I found myself, in all transparency, I found myself getting a little jealous. I found myself being like, oh, why is she a 24 and I'm a 28? You know, why does she get to wear these clothes and I would look horrible in that? And I caught myself doing that exact same thing. And so if you find yourself doing that, just realize what you're doing and stop doing it. Because you know what? My look and my clothes just need to fit me. And they just need to make me happy. And I mean, she's a really cute content creator and she dresses really cute. I couldn't wear the things she wears because I wouldn't be comfortable in it. And so again, our little inner voices play such a mind game with us. It's crazy. Ann says, my cousin's in size 9 jeans. I haven't seen a size 9 since high school. Yeah, no, I have my best friend from high school still wears the same size and I don't. But it's okay. You know what? We're different sizes. And I think the less time that we try to compare ourselves to other, the more time we have to like ourselves. And that really, at the end of the day, is the most important thing, is liking ourselves. So you've taken everything out of your closet. You've cleaned your closet. You've put them into piles. And then you be like, oh, okay, yeah, no, this is just trendy. I'm not really into it. This goes. Okay, yeah, no, this doesn't fit. I try it on. I can't get it past my knees. Nope. This has got to go. All right. This doesn't make me feel good when I wear it. This has got to go. So you kind of weeded everything out. I suggest, before I go on anymore, I suggest that you have a good breakfast. Make sure you've eaten. Make sure you're in a good mental state. Make sure you have a lot of self-love that day. Because if you go into your closet and you're in one of those funks where you're really super hypercritical about yourself and nothing looks good on you, I'm telling you right now, you are going to get rid of more things than you really want to. So if you find yourself mentally telling yourself negative things when you're cleaning out your closet, you need to cease and desist immediately, because again, you are not in that mind frame where you're going to make a loving decision and then you're going to regret things that you've given away. I have made that mistake more often than I care to admit. And sometimes I think about the things that I've given away just in the moment of self-loathing, and it almost makes me cry. And I'm like, Lonni, why were you being so mean to yourself? You should have kept that. It looked really cute on you. And I'm like, oh, I don't know, Lonni. I just didn't like it that day. So just make sure you're in a good spot and you eat your good breakfast. So next thing I want you to do is, okay, so you have all your clothes and you have the stuff that you know you want to keep. You have your stuff that you've given away, you've donated, you put on Poshmark, whatever you want to do with it. Just don't throw stuff away. Give it to a Goodwill and or some sort of thrift store. But then what I want you to do is when you're putting your stuff back into your closet, organize it a little bit. I mean, I have all of my tank tops and my little sleeveless tops all in one spot. Then I have all my t-shirts. Then I have all my pants. Then I have all my button-ups. I have all my jeans. I have all my dresses, my skirts, my jackets. I have them all organized. So then that way when I walk into my closet and I'm like, yeah, I feel like wearing this today, I can be like, blink, 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 blink. Because you have no idea how frustrated I get when I'm like, ooh, I want to wear this, and then I can't find it. My mood can go from, wow, this is going to be a really great day. I'm going to look awesome. I'm going to wear a really cute outfit, to just super frustration that I can't find something. Where did it go? Now I have to wear something else. So go ahead and just organize it in a manner that is really super easy for you to access, and it's going to save you a lot of heartache, and it's going to start your day off better. And there is a direct correlation between how you feel about yourself and what you're wearing. All right. I mean, that is just what it is. I mean, not only are we telling the world who we are by what we're wearing, we're telling ourselves what we think about ourselves by what we're wearing. It's just the way it is. I mean, if I were to be in a funky mood, I would probably be in sweats and just a t-shirt and some slippers. And I would go out in that. I mean, I don't really care, but I would be telling the world that I'm in a down mood. But I'm also telling myself, like, Lonni, you're in a down mood. You know what? When I wake up and I want to be just on fire and I want to be like fierce, I'll put on an outfit that is just, to me, being like, yeah, you know what? Don't mess with me today because I got this outfit on. And today, my outfit today just represents me as a 58-year-old woman who is absolutely comfortable in her style, and I'm going on an adventure and I want to be comfortable. So I think I have just the right amount of comfort. I have just the right amount of individuality. I have just the right amount of quirkiness. I'm rocking my white docs. And I think I am making a statement with my outfit that I want to tell the world. And I'm comfortable with it. So when you get dressed, don't think about sizing. Don't think about trends. Don't think about what's in or what's out, where you bought it, how much you paid for it. Think about how it makes you feel. And that is what you're going to absolutely rock. I mean, each and every time we need to find our style, it's more about we need to find ourselves. We don't need to find a style that works for us. We need to find a style that represents who we are. Because again, if we get caught up on trends, we're going to have a closet full of stuff that we don't like, that we don't feel comfortable in, that we're going to be in a situation where all of a sudden we have a closet of things that we don't want to wear. Simple. Linda says, I feel excited to choose my outfit out for the day. Absolutely. And here's the thing, it's like, you know what, and I'm going to address this comment more tomorrow, but it's like when we get older, when we're in our 50s, we apparently get all these rules slapped on us about what we're supposed to wear. And I think it is an amazing shift of energy when you pick out exactly what you want to wear and you wear it with confidence. I think nothing says FU society more than a woman who absolutely rocks her style, regardless as to whatever it is. I mean, if you're out there and you're in your 20s and you like to wear something that maybe just it isn't what every other 20-year-old is wearing, I think, again, that is just your power move. If you're a mom and you're out there and you're picking up your kids, I get this comment all the time, and all the other moms are wearing apparently mom-approved outfits, and you go walking up with your distressed jeans and your Doc Martens and your band tee. That is your power move. That is you taking your power back and being like, this is who I am. You know what? I don't want to subscribe to the handbook of society. I'm going to subscribe to my own handbook. And it's in thinking that way, in following your own mental code, is how you're going to go into cleaning your closet. It is going to go into being like, I'm not going to listen to the sizing tag. I'm not going to listen to the current trends. I'm not going to listen to what society says I should wear at this age. You're going to go in there and you're going to pick out everything that makes you feel fierce when you put it on. That's what you're going to keep in your closet. And then also too, make sure you keep your closet tidy and organized. I mean, if you keep your closet tidy and organized, it tells you on a daily basis that your life is tidy and organized. And you know what? We all deserve that. We all deserve a space in our minds where, wow, I just had I just flashed back on a dream I had last night that had to do with a closet. Crazy. That I totally forgot that until this second. But again, make sure that your closet is tidy, because it does have a direct correlation with your mental health. So I did find an article that I'm going to just brush on really quickly. And this is from the Zoe report. And I have it tagged down below. But some of the thoughts on this one was, don't make too many regretful purchases. And this is absolutely 100%. I agree. I am very, very guilty of this. I will buy something and I'll be like, I'm sure I'm going to like it one day. No. If I don't like it in the store, I'm not going to like it another day. And so I try to stay away from those regretful purchases. I try to stay away from just anything that I'm not going to get 100% use out of. If I go thrifting and I buy something, and if it does not bring me 100% joy, if it's something that in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, I'm sure you could incorporate it one day. No, it goes back to Goodwill. If it doesn't serve my purpose, I don't keep it, and I let somebody else find it because it might work for them. She also says, don't obviously follow trends. And that's exactly, you know what? I love trends, and some new trends really speak to me and some don't. And if it speaks to me, I'll wear it. I don't care how old I am. If it doesn't speak to me, then I leave it up for somebody else. Don't let your closet be in disarray. We are right there with each other. Make sure that your wardrobe inspires you. And that is extremely important. And she says right here, if you have an unhealthy relationship with your wardrobe, seek help. It says, since your wardrobe can be a symptom of emotional distress, you need to seek help via a mental health professional. Generally speaking, an unhealthy relationship with clothes typically signals deeper-seated emotional issue that must be addressed first. Our external image and our internal image support one another. And if problems with your internal image are not addressed, our clothes or appearance will never be enough or work the way you want it to. So she recommends addressing any self-concept or self-esteem issues that present themselves to us using clothing to motivate our emotional growth, which is 100% correct. I mean, 100% hit the head right on the nail. Okay, Anne says, I'm a sucker for a good sale. That might weigh out likes or dislikes for that item. You know what? And I follow under that also too. And I am not saying that I haven't walked into a store and seen something be 50% off and be like, I'm going to make this work whether it does or not. But time and time again, that one particular item ends up being an item that I end up donating to Goodwill sooner or later. And I know that when I buy it. And that's one of the reasons why I buy it. Only if it's on sale, because then I'm not so emotionally distressed for buying something and then not being able to utilize it for the amount that I paid for it. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons why I thrift so much, and one of the reasons why I shop so heavily, like Marshall's or the Rack or something like that, because I'm all about finding stuff on sale. But getting back to that one last comment, if you time and time again just don't like the vision of you that is looking back at you in the mirror, regardless if you're calling yourself old or overweight or unworthy or not pretty, whatever negative voice that you keep hearing over and over again, if it's a repeating pattern, think about doing something a little bit more than just purging out your closet. Think about maybe talking to somebody. Think about maybe reading a self-help book. Think about maybe starting a clothing journal about how every time you wear something, write down how it makes you feel. All right? Like, hey, you know what? It's Wednesday. I wore this, and this, and I felt trendy. I felt fashionable. I felt this. I felt that. Or if you're like, well, it's Thursday and I felt unworthy or overweight or too old. Time and time again, if you go back and you look at your journal, you're going to figure out that one message that you are subconsciously telling yourself every single day. And that's going to be the subject that you're going to have to address one-on-one, either with you or with a therapist, or again, self-help books or any way. But it is so important, and you are so important, that you deserve to live a life where you feel happy, and you deserve to live a life where you can not be filled with self-loathing. And it is so important. And I just really just wish that we all give ourselves a break, you know? Nick Angel 56, I do record these lives on YouTube. So if you ever want to go back and watch it with captions, you 100% can. I always have them in my link tree. And it takes about 24 hours before the captions are available. But you can always go back and look at any of these lives. They are being recorded, and they will have subtitles. So again, it it is my wish for you, and again, just basically summing up this subject, but we all deserve to be happy. Happiness is not something that somebody else lucked out and got. All right. I remember when I was in my depths of addiction, and I would be standing there in an elevator and these people would walk in and they'd be laughing. And in the back of my mind, I would always be like, why do they get to be happy and I don't? Why did they deserve happiness and I don't? And I always ask myself that. I'm like, why don't you get happiness, Lonni? And time again, I would just be like, well, I guess it's just not me. It's just not my life. It's just not this. And it's just not that. And it wasn't until I told myself that I deserved to be happy just as much as anybody else that I really started truly believing that message. And all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, you know what? I deserve to be happy. I deserve to like what I'm wearing. I deserve to have all the tattoos I want. I deserve to be able to dye my hair blue. I deserve all of this because it is not somebody else's right. It is all of our rights. And we are all individuals, and all of our happiness all looks different. There is not one cookie cutter format to what happiness looks like. So if your happiness looks completely different than somebody else's, that's the way it's supposed to be. What makes somebody else happy might not necessarily make you happy. Your closet is supposed to be what you like, not what anybody else is telling you to like. Your closet is a complete representation of who you are. So when you're purging out your closet, when you're figuring out what you like and what you don't like, just remember you are the judge and jury of that closet, and you deserve to be happy, period. End of subject. I will continue to say this on a daily basis. And it is my honor to be able to say this on a daily basis. So with that said, I'm going down to San Diego today. I'm so super excited. I love going down to San Diego. And I have all sorts of cool things coming up. Now, I did post a comment, and I would love to hear your thoughts and your suggestions on this. But I went back and I did some analytics on all of my content. And the most popular content that I do, aside from my lives, are my shopping videos, where I go shopping, I show you the stuff I find, I give you ideas on what, how it goes together, how it fits. And those are extremely popular. So my question to you, and you can always leave a comment, you can always DM me, you could do any of those. But where do you want to go shopping? Because I find myself gravitating to those same stores over and over again because I know where I like to go shopping. But I'm always looking for a new place. I'm always looking for like a new store or a new outlet, a new thrift store. So if you have suggestions on stores that you would like to go to, by all means, let me know. I would love to hear your suggestions and your ideas of where to go shopping. And that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to walk out with a bag full of clothes, because I'm an independent contractor, and social media sometimes is not the most lucrative, but at least I can go there and I can try stuff on and I can show you that. Anne says, I would love to see you travel as well, shop, or even eat at mom and pop places. That is a really cool idea. And I like that, kind of like a mom and pop eatery. But the problem with that is I have to make sure they have vegetarian options, because I am a vegetarian. And so I definitely want to make sure that falls in my wheelhouse. A new tattoo shop. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. But here's the thing. It's a little bit of a different, it's a different vibe. And sometimes going into tattoo shops and I'd be like, hey, I'm me. I want to film your shop. I want to talk to your artists. And I'm like, they're like, who are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm me. And they're like, no, we're not into this. So sometimes those tattoo shops can be a little hard to break into. Now, if you own a tattoo shop and you want me to come out and hang out with you and get the vibe for your shop, by all means, let me know. But other than that, I have run into a little bit of a brick wall going into some shops. You need more tattoos. Absolutely, I do. And I know that. And I am, unfortunately, and this is the first time that this has happened in a very long time, but I am without a local artist. Brian moved to Chicago, and Austin is booked for now until eternity. So I am in that spot where I'm like, I don't know when I can get another tattoo. This is kind of a bummer. Anne says, should do a tried it segment. I'm sure there's tons of things you still haven't tried yet. Let's see. None of my business says not. I don't know. Oh, none of your business was being sarcastic. Courtney, can you mute them if they're being sarcastic? Because we have no room for that in my universe. So here I was thinking that they were like, oh, you need another tattoo. And then I'm like, yeah, I need another tattoo. And then all of a sudden they're like, no, that's not what I was saying. I was trying to be a jerk. But as you can clearly see, you have no effect on my energy, and you will not be, and you will not be getting into my mind, because I have Courtney and Anne, and they are on it. So, and that's just the whole thing. It's like, I really don't care what people think. And that's part of the whole journey of self-expression, and absolutely 100% being okay with me, because I don't care. It is such a weird concept to me, because my entire life I spent hello, Chili. I spent my entire life caring. I spent my entire life trying to find happiness in somebody else. I've spent my entire life looking for somebody to show me what happiness was. And it wasn't until I took over that job that I'm like, oh yeah, that is really cool. That's what I need to be. How do you reach the point of not caring? You know what? It just truthfully, it got to the point where I had to make a choice. I had to make that choice of not caring, because I was just being bombarded with these messages of what I should be. And also too, it just got to the point, and the more that I became comfortable with my own being, and the more that I became comfortable with my faults, the easier it was to be like, I don't care. I'm not going to let you affect me. So I cannot suggest journaling enough. Journaling is such an important roadmap to you. It's okay. They're already come and gone, and that's not a problem. But I'm just like, don't make me have to sit Courtney after you, because she'll be like, come. But journaling is really important. And just realizing that your journey is your own, and just realizing that nobody else has this story but you. And once you own your own story and your own image and your own life, then other people's opinions just don't matter, because it's not a part of your story. And they're not even supporting actors. I mean, I have people in my life that are absolutely supporting actors, my children. I mean, just people who are so important to me that their opinions matter. And everybody else, they're so far behind everybody else, I don't even see them. So, and to me, it's all about taking control, because as a kid, and I do reflect a lot on my childhood, but as a kid, I had no control over my life. Life happened without asking my opinion. And now I know who's driving my life, and it's me. And yes, things still are out of my control, but how I react to them are 100% in my control. So negativity can happen. How am I going to react to that? Sad things can happen. How am I going to react to that? So I've learned that where my power lies is how I react to things, and not just letting these things dictate how I live my life. Life happened without asking my opinion. I love that. It's the truth. And we have to realize that because a lot of times we take that energy into our adulthood. All right. We take that whole like, well, this is just life. It was handed to me. Again, nobody asked my opinion. And we forget as adults that we do have that power and we do have that authority. And journaling and just being like, you know what? I remember this instance as a child. This is how I felt. I just had this same thing happen as an adult. Now here's how I can react to it when I have the power. So you just have to kind of shift that energy. And I always tell my kids, I'm like, you're no longer a passenger of life. You are the driver. And you need to make sure that you drive your life in the direction and how you want it to be. Because as children, we're stuck in the back seat. We're told to pipe down. You know what? We're going on a road trip and you have no opinion. Now, as adults, we are the ones on the road trip. We are the ones picking out where we're going. We're the ones figuring out what we're doing on a daily basis. And we have to remember, we are no longer in the back seat. Period. End of story. So I am going to cut it short right at an hour today because I have a road trip. Road trip. This is Lonni on a road trip. And I love road trips. I actually like driving. And I want to get down there and start my adventure. And thank you, Courtney. The lives just keep getting better. And thank you, Ann. Road trip. And that's just the whole thing. It's like, yes, this is my comfort zone. And I absolutely love this energy, this platform, this way of how I'm doing my social media right now. And I've been in talks with Robert, my production manager, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to go to the next step and reach out to more people. But until then, it's going to be just us. And I love my little morning show. I just really do. So I thank you, Linda. And I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow, we are talking about wearing Doc Martens over 50. I just did my little TikTok and my short about the guy who was here on YouTube who told me I was too old for overalls and for Doc Martens. So we're going to deep dive into women over 50 who are still wearing Doc Martens today. We wore them in the 90s and we're going to wear them today. So we're going to take a fun little trip back. We're going to look at the history of Doc Martens, the style, the fashion, and then I'm going to come up with some styling ideas, how you can totally rock them in today's world with today's style and today's outfits. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So be sure to join me tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Come with your Doc Marten questions. Come with your Doc Marten style tips. It's going to be all about Mr. Doc Marten. All right. I will see you tomorrow. Remember,